First the line and the octagon, then the Dubai circle, now a giant cube. Earlier this month, Saudi Arabia announced its latest project, the Mukaab. It's a cube so big that it could fit 20 Empire State Buildings inside of it. Saudi Arabia described it as a gateway to another world, with a holographic dome that transports its visitors to other planets and magical worlds. But is this just a viral marketing stunt, or will the Mukaab actually be built? And if so, when would it open to the public? In this video, we'll look at everything we know so far. Saudi Arabia is a wealthy country in the heart of the Middle East that is known for its vast oil reserves. But it is precisely this oil that Saudi Arabia wants to become less dependent on. That's why they've started announcing and building massive megaprojects under the slogan Vision 2030, to slowly shift their economy away from oil and towards tourism. The largest of these projects is NEOM, a $1 trillion megaproject that includes a 170-kilometer long line city, a floating port city called Oxagon, and a massive ski resort in the Arabian desert called Trojena. In January, the CEO of NEOM announced that the city's total infrastructure was already 20% complete. An update video, which started with the words, "NEOM is real," showed images from huge construction sites, including the line, the Oxagon, and Trojena. Saudi Arabia has also partnered with some major companies, including Oracle and Nvidia, which will help to set up NEOM's city-wide AI technology. As if the announcement of NEOM including the line, Oxagon and Trojena weren't enough, now there's another brand new project. Welcome to New Mukaab. This cube is the latest addition to Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030. NEOM has drawn a lot of attention in the last few months, but Saudi Arabia doesn't want to neglect the kingdom's other big cities. That's why New Mukaab will be built in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia's capital. Riyadh is already a rapidly growing city. 50 years ago, it was a town with less than 500,000 citizens, but now it has more than 7 million, the third largest city in the Middle East. And according to the Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, the New Mukaab project will become the world's largest modern downtown. This new district is expected to take the growth of Riyadh to another level. It will be fitted out with more than 80 entertainment venues, several walking trails, and a large museum, and at the center of it all the colossal Mukaab. Mukaab means cube in Arabic, so the building will literally be called the Cube. Building simple geometric shapes at an insane scale seems to be a theme for Saudi Arabia's megaprojects after the line and the octagon. The Mukaab has been described as the new face of Riyadh. The exterior of the cube is inspired by Nidi architecture, is a traditional style which has been used by the people of Saudi Arabia for hundreds of years. The beautiful surface will shine in the sun and dominate Riyadh's skyline. The scale of this cube will be breathtaking. At 400 meters tall, it will technically count as a super tall skyscraper. If placed in Dubai, it would be the fourth tallest building, but unlike other skyscrapers, the Mukaab is also 400 meters wide and would completely dominate the skyline. To put that into context, you could fit 20 Empire State Buildings inside the Mukaab. It would dwarf the existing cube-shaped buildings in other parts of the world. The Berlin Cube, for example, is a striking office block in Germany. Its mirrored sides are eye-catching, but it's only 40 meters tall. You could fit 1,000 of these inside the Mukaab. In terms of sheer volume, this cube could become the largest structure on Earth, easily beating the current record holder, the Boeing Everett factory in Washington. In fact, it would be so big that the Boeing factory could fit almost 5 times into the cube. But what will all this space be used for? Setting foot inside the Mukaab cube is meant to feel like entering another world. A colossal dome will tower over its visitors that displays different virtual realities. These holographic images are supposed to make the Mukaab's visitors feel as though they're in a different world. In 1 second you could be in the bottom of the ocean, while in another moment you are on the surface of Mars or in a magical fantasy world. It's meant to be an immersive experience unlike anything you've ever seen before. At the center of the dome will be a spiral tower, which looks almost like an anthill or brackets of fungus, rising from the floor to the roof. This tower is meant to be a premium destination for tourists all around the world. It will have restaurants, hotel rooms, observation platforms, and cinemas and theaters too. The tower and the dome will then be enclosed by the massive cube. The 4 corners of the cube will also be packed with facilities, stacked up in skyscraper-like towers. The top will be used as well, housing lakes, lawns and trees. Whether it makes sense to build a lake on it, or if it's even possible, is another matter. If you enjoy this video so far, support us on our way to 1,000 subscribers and make sure to subscribe to Expensive Lab. So why is the Mukaab cube-shaped? According to Mukaab's designers, the cube-shaped design is the most efficient shape for accommodating all the advanced technologies that will support the overall experience. How they want to display the virtual worlds isn't clear yet, but the technology will need to be hidden in the space between the bell jar dome and the outer cube. Between the dome and the shell, there will also need to be a robust array of joists and beams to hold up the gardens on the top of the cube. The skyscraper-like towers at each corner of the cube will help with support as well. If that's enough to support the largest roof in the world and the garden on top is questionable. The cube-shaped design is also meant to make the Mukaab more iconic. The Mukaab would give Riyadh a unique landmark that would make the city instantly recognizable among other big cities in the world. It's like the Eiffel Tower in Paris, or the Statue of Liberty in New York. Whenever anyone sees a photo of the cube, they will instantly think of Riyadh. Yet, the shape has drawn a bit of criticism. Some people say that it bears a resemblance to the Kaaba in Mecca, another city in Saudi Arabia. The Kaaba is the most sacred site in Islam. When a Muslim prays anywhere in the world, they make sure to face towards it. But other people have dismissed the similarity and pointed out that the Kaaba isn't the only cube in the world. When the Berlin Cube was built in Germany, nobody said it resembled the Kaaba, so why should the Mukaab be any different? These people also pointed out that the Saudi crown is Muslim. They wouldn't deliberately build an offensive, Kaaba-shaped building, so the similarity is probably a coincidence. In general, the announcement of the Mukaab project has been met with excitement and intrigue. But everyone has the same question: will the Mukaab really be built? Construction hasn't started yet, but in theory, it will begin in the next few months. Saudi Arabia has promised that the project will open to the public in 2030, just like the other Vision 2030 projects, including the Line, the Oxygen, and Trojena. Compared to the Line, this project is probably easier to achieve. Nevertheless, it would pretty much still be the biggest megaproject ever built. When 2030 finally arrives, the Mukaab, the Line, and other groundbreaking projects might open their doors to the public, or maybe none of them will ever be finished. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.